Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Run with Skizzers. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at this. This is the Cold Steel trailboss. The amazing $40 axe. I'm going to start this video by saying what I like about it, and then we're going to talk about everything I absolutely hate about it. First thing I like about it, of course, is the cost. For $40, it's not a bad tool. You do get your money's worth. And most of that's in this head. This is 4140 steel, and I never thought 4140 would be a good steel for an axe head. But when I test it with the punch, get our marker. I'll show you guys the mark. Try and get it in the light to reflect. There it is. You can see the other mark I made too. But you can't feel those. There's no edge. That is a super hard edge. And honestly, it sharpens fairly easily. It's shave sharp for sure. Another thing I like about it is the weight. The weight of this axe, including this handle. This handle is actually longer than the Brooks Scandinavian Forest axe. I never thought about taking a measurement on it, but it's long. In this axe, honestly, the head itself comes in at 1 pound 10 ounces. That's a very light axe head. Overall weight of the axe, 2 pounds 10 ounces. Now, in comparison, weight-wise, this little axe, Council Tool Camp Axe, the head on this weighs 2 pounds 3 ounces. Overall weight, 2 pounds 9 ounces. That is a big difference, you know, in overall weight. So I do like the fact how light this is. It's not good for packing at all. It wouldn't take much. For the cost of this axe, you could shorten this handle to wherever you want. And it's a straight handle, so wouldn't hurt my feelings to shorten this. But I'm going to leave it the way it is for now because I didn't even test this out yet. But yeah, the head is just awesome. The weight is awesome. But unfortunately, that's where the good points end. I would not recommend this axe to anybody unless you just plan on using the head. For 40 bucks, you get a great axe head. The handle is terrible. I didn't test this axe because in my next video, I'm going to have basically a little competition between this axe, the Council Tool Boys axe, and the Brooks. So it'll be the cheapest axe versus the most expensive axe versus middle of the road. See which one can cut better. But back to the handle, I think this handle's going to break, honestly. As you can see here, 90% of this handle is heartwood. And it just keeps getting worse. I have no idea what's going on back here. It's all heartwood. And then good hardwood there. And it's like that all the way around. This was just a lousy axe handle. I think the failure point's going to be up in here. I think this hardwood's going to separate from the heartwood. If the whole axe was heartwood, I don't think it would break. But this is in a crucial spot. It goes straight up into the eye. I think it's going to break right here. The other thing is, this axe was heavily coated in lacquer. It didn't even feel nice. There was so much lacquer on it. And it took me, I'd say, a good hour just to get this handle down to bare wood. The head is lacquered. Now, I didn't touch the painted part. I'm going to keep the painted part. I don't know about that sticker, though. It's backwards, but it says American Tomahawk Company. Now, I do know Cold Steel is based in the United States, but these axes are all made in Taiwan. And that's why I think only the axe head's good. I actually had to use power tools to clean this head up. The lacquer is so thick on it, and I polished the bowl up. It was awful. I think the whole axe was honestly dipped when they do these, because it was just, lacquer handles are terrible anyway, but this was beyond. You know, it didn't have a nice feel. The other thing I hate about the handle, you can see how wide it is up here. It's got a really nice feel, clean down. It narrows out down here. But the problem is, they have all this meat up here, so that piece of wood started out at the thickest point of this handle. You go to the bottom of the handle, it is so narrow. When you're relying on this to keep the axe from slipping out of your hand, it's all on your two fingers down here. There's nothing on the sides. It just does not feel good at all. The other thing, and I do this with all my axes, even the Grants Force Brooks, I will see if the head will jump. And this axe here, it jumps slightly. So I took a punch and I hammered the wedge in as far as I was comfortable getting the wedge, just to tighten it up. And it hasn't failed by doing that. It worked out good. If you look at this, see how the handle's sticking up proud? These axes don't come that way. That's how far the axe moved. And you could see I took a punch all the way around. That's why the, what do you call these, barrel I can't even say it, barrel wedges. They're so beat up just because I took a punch and I hammered them down just to get this seated. And I tried jumping the head again after that, and it did not move. So I'm confident that the head isn't going to come loose. But I was actually surprised how much it moved. I didn't think it was going to move at all, because I looked down in here and there was no gaps, nothing. But the other thing is, these axes don't come with sheaths. And I looked online. The sheaths run anywhere from $25 to $60 to fit these axes. Now, with that being said, a sheath should not cost close, if not more, to the cost of this axe. They should just give you a cheap sheath. I made my own, and it is the most engineered or over-engineered axe sheath I've ever made. I had to use so many rivets just because of the shape of this Hudson Bay pattern. And it honestly, the sheath works great. I have it split down the middle. And let me put this axe down. I have it split down the middle, and as you can see, there's a shelf here. So when this axe head goes in, and you snap it, it rests on that shelf, cannot come out at all. So I'm happy with the way the sheath came out. It is definitely not the most prettiest sheath that I've made, but it's functional, and the only time these axes get sheathed is when they're leaving the house with me. Just awful that you got to spend just as much, if not more, on an axe sheath for this. So that is honestly the biggest downfall to this axe. Now, it does come with its own condom, but these things, you're going to end up losing it or just cutting yourself in general trying to put this on. You know, I save them just because when I'm sharpening them or handling them, I got less chance of cutting myself. But overall, the money is in this only. The handle is just a generic bonus. The hang was awful, apparently. And I probably have, between making the sheath, preparing this axe, the handle, getting all that shit off the blade, it's 3:45 now. I started on this thing at around 11 o'clock. So that's how many hours it took to get this where I was happy with it, you know. And that was including making the sheath, but that was a lot of time. And for people out there that say, oh yeah, this is a great first axe, the only one you'll ever need, they're lying to you. This probably is a great axe, but you have to put so much work into it. The council tool for $20 more, even though it doesn't come with a sheet, blows this thing out of the water. And council tool offers sheaths at a great price, and they look nice. This thing here, just, it should have came with a sheath. I would have felt so much better about it, minus the terrible handle. But that's just how I feel about this axe. I really wish this palm swell actually had a swell. It just, if your hand slides back and you're relying on this for chopping, it just feels horrible. It's too narrow. And the only thing stopping it from slipping out of your hands is your pinky finger and ring finger. That's it. All the weight's on that, so it's going to definitely start cramping up my hands and stuff. But I'm actually really excited to see how this chops out. I think it's going to be a great chopper. In that video, I am not going to be splitting any wood. It's going to be strictly chopping because this is not a splitter. There's some videos out there with guys splitting wood with these. This axe was not designed to split. It wasn't designed to hammer. This is strictly a chopper. So, other than that, it's a beautiful pattern. I love the Hudson Bay pattern. I think it's so unique. I mean, the edge is just huge for as small as the pole and everything is. But that's pretty much my thoughts and feelings about it. I would not recommend this to anybody, in all honesty. Even if you just wanted a cheap axe for around your house, to make it actually functional and have a serviceable edge, it's not worth the money. You have to put so much work just to be able to sharpen the edge. I've had Collins axes that weren't near as hard to get that stuff off. It was such a thin coating just to keep it from rusting. But yeah, that's where I'm at. It's just not worth it. There's too much bad that outweighs any good with it. I just can't recommend it. But that's it for this episode, guys. If you like running with skizzers, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And be sure to tune into the next episode where we take the 3 axes out for our small competition, just to see which one is actually the best. Have a good one.